Alright guys, Josh back with another video, and in today's video we're at the beginning of cycle 6 at the start of our new colony. So we're going to do cycle 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to break it up over 2 videos. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on that. I just thought an hour and a half video is a little bit long, so I try and break them up around 45 minutes. I think, or at least for my ADHD brain, that's what makes sense. You know, I can only focus for so long. But yeah, let's bang this out. Let's have a look at what's what. Can't even remember what we're doing properly. So let's just go and hit speed of 1. Hit space, that'll unfreeze everything. Oh yeah, we got printables. Let's have a look. Alright, so here we got 3 duplicants and a Joya seed. Oof, I don't know where to start. We got suit wearing. Start with Camille. Suit wearing, germ resistant, that's pretty nice. Small bladder, that's not a problem. Loud sleeper, that's a bit annoying. She's got suit wearing, which is pretty good for mid to late game as a trait. So I'm not that, and to have everything in it. All her interest in suit wearing, that's, I don't know. Decorating. Well, caregiver, germ resistance, critter adversion. Possibly. Here we got some Joya seeds. These are pretty good for decor and decorating and stuff like that, to make your base look cool. Because remember the morale points we were speaking about last video. And then Lyra, who's a doctoring, suit wearing glow stick, emits low amounts of reds and light. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go there. I think we take the Joya seeds for now. Nothing interesting on those 3 original offered up dupes. What we do need is a cooker. We need Cookie. So at the moment, if you have a look here at our priorities list, nobody's on the cooking agenda, but that's okay for now. We're not too worried about that. Everybody's still running the same schedule. Schedule 1 to schedule 2. Alright. Right, so we're pretty much set up. If I'm just looking at this base here quickly, we've got the beginnings of a toilet, the beginnings of a kitchen, beginnings of a dining room, beginnings of a, oh, that's actually pretty much a bedroom. That's almost a complete bedroom. We've got our water, power generation up top. We need to do something here with the carbon dioxide. I'm thinking perhaps we just start digging out all of this, except the uranium. We'll leave that alone for now, but we could start digging out all of this. Ooh, what happened? Oh, I know what happened. Our storage facility got full, so we just kick everything out, kick everything back in, and boom, there we go, job done. Now everything can get back in there. They can carry on with what they were doing. I think we're gonna dig all this out, because we can get to that supply teleporter output. So that will be from the other planet coming here. We don't know where the input is. We got quite a bit of digging to do. Just trying to think, what have we got to deal with this carbon dioxide? Probably not much. So let's have us a look and see where we are in our research quickly. Let's go to gases, the gases submenu. Alright, let's have a look. Ways to deal with carbon dioxide. Okay, we've got moving gases around, pressure management, portable gases, decontamination. Ooh, this one might be important. So we have a carbon skimmer here. That's one way to deal with it. A carbon skimmer, sorry. Let's actually research that. I don't know how important it is right now, but I think it should be pretty important. We've also got the supercomputer unlocked. We got the kitchen and all that unlocked. We do need to set up a farm though. So while we got that little bit of research going on, let's try to set up a farm. above us. So we're going to take the ladder, we're going to jump up to maybe 3 levels. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's a few levels above. Let's also dig out everything on the ladder run. And I think what we can do is we're going to use this as our space. Take all of that out. And now we're going to look to build a farm or 2 over here. The reason I'm thinking that is it's over here. Got some vacuum, got some abyssalite blocking the heat coming from this tropical biome. Okay, we got this also, this jungle biome or tropical biome, whatever it's called, coming through with not much abyssalite blocking it. So that might be a problem later on. I doubt it, because we're going to consume this biome pretty quick as soon as we can get hold of our lovely deodorizers over there. Because deodorizers, what they'll do is they'll take the polluted gases here, like this polluted oxygen, and they'll suck the pollutants out of the oxygen, filter it out, pump out clean oxygen, but they will also produce clay. I think it's clay. I'm pretty sure it's clay, which you need for ceramics, which is a nice building material to have. So we're going to go here. Let's also just quickly go to our room overlay and let's have a look here at greenhouses in Abel's farm station use. And a greenhouse is capable of being 96 tiles. Alright, so we got a 96 tile greenhouse. We're going to follow a similar layout to this. We've got 96 tiles space. So we're going to have landing, door, beginning of room. Alright. So let's grab a thing. So we've got the landing, the door, and the beginning of the room for her. 96 tiles. Boom. And you know what? That's just wonderful. Okay, we are going to have an immediate drop here on this sand. That is something we're going to have happen to us. This sand here is going to fall down. But again, I also want to show you guys something cool with priorities. Now remember, dupes, when they're standing on this ground level, they can only work 4 tiles high. So if they're standing here on these bottom 2 here, they're not going to reach this build command at the top here. So we're going to prioritize that on top. Also that, and that, and that. And what that will do is it'll make them come in, get all of this done. Let's do that quickly now. We'll sort that out. It'll make it more important than some of the other stuff around base that needs to be done. But they will dig this out. They'll come along here. They'll dig out the number 9s and do all the number 9 work. And then they will do the number 5 work over here. So we can just do it like that. But it is night time. Wow, that cycle 6 went really fast. It went really, really fast. But anyway. And then like we've done all the other rooms, for now we're just going to double door it until we get this gas pressure management block. Here it is, yeah, the airflow tile. And we've almost done researching it. So I think what we'll do is we'll wait just a little bit so that we can get that air block, and then we can build the green rooms with the air blocks, which I think will be cool. And we got it. Nice. Missing research station and no researchers assigned. Alright, well, we need to get the other research station going as well. So let's go down to our stations. Click on our supercomputer, which is the 2nd tier research station. We're just going to plop him straight in there. Now it does need some electricity, so let's grab some power cable, run it through the floor. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, now I think this is going to work out pretty sweet. Let's also have a look here. If we click on a room overlay, we're getting a mess hall, we're getting a barracks, we're getting a toilet. We're not getting the laboratory yet, because that is an option. I think that's a purple one. And that's because we need 2 science buildings. So with this building of the supercomputer, that'll be our second science building in this room, and the room will meet the size requirements and the no industrial machinery requirements. So I think it's getting there. Then we'll get a laboratory, and they'll be studying in light. They'll be getting the room bonus for the morale. I think that's going to work out pretty good. So let's see how we're doing here. Up, you see there. It's a little bit sorry I missed that, but they've built everything we need to build first. And then they came and did the bottom half. So let's quickly also let's go and build all that out. And then we can add this to our level 1 sweep. And I want to go to the food menu. I want to see, okay, we've got options of either a planter box, which grows 1 plant from a seed, or a plantal from a seed. Now, I don't understand what I haven't looked into what the different effects are, whether a farm tile or a planter box is better. It just enables plant domestication, decor -10, submergible. Just domestically grown seeds mature more quickly than wild plants. Then we've got the farm tile, which does exactly the same thing. The farm tile, however, can be used as a floor, and you can rotate it. So it's kind of like a planter box that can be rotated. I don't see any difference in decor though, whereas you do get from the planter box, you get -10 decor radius of 2 tiles, which would make it uglier. But then this one, which costs exactly the same, literally the only difference is this one can be walked on. So I think we're going to do that. I think that's going to be the way we're going to do it. We're going to do the planter boxes at the bottom. We're just going to bang that out till there. And the reason I'm stopping short is there is sorry man, there is a building we're going to put here that'll make this into a farm. Because if we go here and we go down to greenhouse, I'll show you now again. Where is it? Why can't I see it? Am I blind or something? There, greenhouse. It requires a farm station. So if we go into our database and we click here, farm station, this is what we're looking for. Boom. So we should, I think we've already unlocked it. So let's go and look at our stations, but my eyes are getting really bad and I can't read that small writing down there. There we go, that's stations. We don't have it. So okay, we don't have a farm station just yet. But as soon as we're done researching this, we will get it. And I'm going to assume it's here in the food menu. Yes, it is. There it is right there by agriculture. Alright, so that's going to be the next thing we get. Let's just quickly check on things here. If we go down to gases, the whole of the bottom floor is looking pretty covered with gas. Which is not great. Which is not great. We're also going to deconstruct all of these doors. And we're going to build our airflow tiles. I mean, it's not like a super important urgent thing, but I want to do it because then it's done. And I'm not too worried about resource efficiency and all of that, because it costs the same to put it's the same amount of resources to build one airflow tile than what it does to build one door, but the door takes up 2 blocks. But I'm not too worried about the double the cost of resources there. I'm playing the game because it entertains me and I like it to look nice and make sense, if that makes sense. And I've never in all my life seen 2 doors, one on top of the other. But then again, I've also never seen people get printed out of a printing pod and living on an asteroid rotating in outer space. So who knows? Make it make sense. I don't know. Just play it how you want to play it. Doesn't matter really. It's just a TV game. I'll probably upset some people, but anyway. I'm not super worried about that. Okay, so these guys, they are busy doing what we need them to do. We really do need extra hands on this colony though. That we do need. We also need to start producing oxygen. So let's just have a look. What have we got? We've got a diffuser down here. And we are producing... Oh no, we don't. Let's go to the oxygen overlay. Ooh, we need airflow. We need airflow. We don't need production. We need airflow. Do you see how it keeps stopping and hits that max gas pressure? But then if you look everywhere else, it's in this room because we've got 2 blocks and the oxygen's trying to push its way through. We're going to have to do some stuff here to the base to quickly change up our airflow. And let's hit the priority on this, of that, then that, then that, then that. And then these ones could just be standard as well. Doesn't really matter. This bottom room isn't doing anything. Alright. I'm gonna get something to drink quick. You guys just sit here and keep an eye on base. Make sure these rascals don't do anything stupid. Man, is it just me? Cycle 9 already? Is it just me or is this just going way faster? Sheesh. The first 5 or 6 cycles took way long to record and I think we'll just go for break everything up in 45 minutes sections. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. I think that's going to be best. I absolutely love all the little animations as well. It's so fun to watch these dupes interact with each other and do what they do. And the building artwork is awesome. Because like here you can see the storage bin. There's a visual cue to show you when it's almost full. So we'll just go click and click. Now it's empty again. Everything else is gonna get pushed down. Let's see if this is making any changes. It is making changes, but not in the effect that we want. But that's okay, because what's going to happen when they pop through here, because they're almost there, this is going to come flooding down and out. And that there is going to help with the circulation and the ventilation and all of that jazz. And I think that's going to be very vital. Get that circulation right, otherwise we're gonna have problems. Now there are a few things. We got new printables. Okay, let's see. We got a Catalina. She's interested in researching and suit wearing. That's very good. She's handy. That's increased construction. That's good. She's uncultured, so that's pretty good. She's green thumb, so she's good, but she's an unpracticed artist, which is decreased creativity and also increased decor morale bonus. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but anyway. Then we have Rowan, contestant number 2. He's decorating, farming and cooking. So he's a farmer and a cook. He's handy, he's frostproof, and he's yokel. His stress reaction is binge eater, and his overjoyed response is sticker bomber. I like those. Those are quite nice. Catalina's got a scroll wheel. Okay, nothing serious. Okay. And then we have Ellie. Ellie is a researching decorator who has hard digging and masterworks. She's anemic and gastrophobic. The other care package is 500 kgs of algae. Man, it's a hard choice now between Carolina with the green thumb, who has +3 in agriculture, and Rowan, who has +1 in agriculture. But I think we're going to go with the Rowan, and I'll tell you why. Rowan's got the cooking expertise. So if he's not cooking, he can be farming. And the +1 in agriculture, because it's an interest, each level skilled point that we give him in agriculture, or in farming in particular, will be like a free skill point, because he'll get +1 morale bonus for being something he's interested in, as well as the +1 morale need. So you can kind of advance him without a penalty. So I'm going to take Rowan. And let's hit Rowan straight to his schedule. Let's check out his priorities. Rowan is cookie. So let's go look. Where's cooking? Here's cooking. He's interested in it. I didn't say he was a good cook. I just said he was a cook. So he's going to go do that. And when he's not cooking, he can do farming and ranching. And the cool thing is with the printed dupes, as you print them in, they have a skill point. So here we got all the... Oh, everybody's got skill points. Slacking. Okay, so let's start with Amari. Amari, he's our builder dude. He's got this. Straight into building. We give him his little builder's hat with his little pencil there. He's going to do all the construction, or carry on doing all the construction. He'll just be better at it now. Nisbet is our excavation expert. So let's give her hard digging hard hat with the little light. Rowan is our fresh print. We're going to go and focus on, I want to say, cooking, because that'll give him +2 to cuisine, and he can use the electric grill. If we don't have that, we can't use the electric grill. So we have to put, well, it's advised, the best decision is to go straight into the cooking, just to get the electric grill usage, and then we can focus on his farming. Okay, here's Stinky. Stinky's our researcher. Straight into research. Advanced research, so he'll get +2 to science for that. And look at these guys' morale bonus here. He's got a morale of 6, and he only needs 1. I mean, he's got mess hall, he's got downtown bonus. This is a standard dupe, got a barracks, interested, skills learned. The only thing he doesn't like is the place is ugly and he eats crap food. But that's okay. We're going to fix that. We're busy fixing that. We're only 10 cycles in, so O's can just be happy. And we got a colony summary notification. Let's see what this is about. Outdoor renovations. Nice. Construct a building outside the initial starting biome. Very nice. Alright. I think we're doing pretty good, yeah. I think this colony is going to do great things. Just absolutely great things. Everybody's coming, getting their little hats on. Getting ready for what they do. This has got all its edibles in there. We also have pickled meal. We're going to hit that forever. I know it's still a grizzly. It's still a crap quality food, okay? Fried mushrooms is poor quality, but we don't have mushrooms. We're working toward that. That'll be the next thing we work on. Growing and getting. I just want to check, is everything powered? Yeah, we got electricity to the grill, everything's powered. Let's go ahead and just bump this priority up 1, because I see nobody as of yet has gotten to it. They're busy doing other things. And let's have a look here at, ooh, the oxygen is not looking good down here in this area. The pressure is not right, but the pressure up here is hitting max. So once we get these 2 built, you'll see now that oxygen is going to start forcing its way through there. Things are going to start improving. Things are definitely going to start improving. All this carbon dioxide can escape now. It can all sink down. If we go to the gas overlay, you see how it's all coming down. It's all going to push down, and all of this is going to to work out. I think we also have an issue up here where a lot of our oxygen pressure is coming up this side. Very slowly though, but it is coming up this side. Dupe morale video, research complete, no research selection. Right, let's get on to the next bit of research. We said we were going to do farm stalls. So let's get on to the farming and the refrigeration. And the guys are looking pretty solid here with all the stuff they're busy building. Our farm is coming together. Okay. Ooh. So we got new doors. We got a manual airlock door and we have a mechanized airlock door. And then the difference between the two, this one takes electricity, this one doesn't. Essentially it's the same thing. It blocks solid gas and water as long as it is in the closed position. And I'm not sure, but I think you can put automation on mechanized airlocks, but you can't on manual. So that's the doors there. But anyway, then we got oxygen, we got the carbon skimmer and the deodorizer. Now sometimes in the polluted oxygen you get germs. You get some bad germs. So we're going to use the deodorizer to clean out this swamp biome thing. But I'm going to explain how we're going to do it just now, because we need to neutralize the germs as well. So that's what the deodorizer does. Uses sand to filter polluted oxygen from the air, reducing disease spread. Blah blah blah. Filtration medium. Uses sand. It outputs clay. And you get the carbon skimmer. Now the carbon skimmer uses water to filter carbon dioxide from the air. So input, it takes 1 kg of water a second, and it takes 300 grams of carbon dioxide per second, and then it outputs heat, outputs polluted water at 100 grams. So essentially it's going to be filtering the air, but the problem's going to come in that it's going to be filtering the air, but we don't have a way to filter the polluted water at the moment. So we need to figure that out as soon as we're done sorting out our farm stall over here, our greenhouse to grow our crops. So let's get on that research. It's almost done, but I think this is a good time for me to just let it run for one cycle. I'm going to put it on 1 speed and then I'm going to let it run for 1 cycle just to see what happens. We also need to discuss, now that we've got a little bit of a greenhouse, a little bit of a farm going here, we kind of need to discuss what we're going to do for food. Now, the beginning food is this mealwood over here. That's what the full grown plant looks like. And they take these little... That sounded a bit scary. They take these little worms off the plant and then that's what they eat. Bear Grylls style. But what we're going to do is we're going to grow that. Simply because it is the starting food. Your option is the mealwood or the bristle blossom. Now the bristle blossom, they require light to grow as well. So they do 6 cycles of growth, 200 light, and an oxygen atmosphere. Whereas the mealwood, it doesn't really care what atmosphere it's in. It's oxygen, polluted oxygen or carbon dioxide. It does not matter to that plant. The plant also grows twice as fast, doesn't require any light. So that's something else that's worth doing. Dust caps, we don't have any dust caps to grow. Those are the mushrooms. But there's quite an array of food. But we will come up with something better. I think we just go with the mealwood for now. It grows twice as fast, and it's going to help us get our food supply up to somewhere high around 100,000, 150,000 calories. And then whatever rots away. But I think this is going to be the only thing really to begin. This is the best starting point. And then we're going to select it on the first one so that the farm tile is now put through a plant order. And we're going to copy that setting. And drag on the rest of them, and boom, we got all the plant orders. And that'll be farm 1. I think for our second farm though, we'll definitely do the gristle blossoms, and we'll do a bit of lighting as well for them. And I'm thinking about, we're either going to put it underneath. We zoom out a little bit here. Let's have a look. We've got this top floor, we've got another floor or space for a floor, and another space for a floor. That's 3. And I do want to keep it a little bit away, so I'm thinking about pushing it further up. Because if we look at our temperatures, we've still got good temperatures over here. Nothing really to worry about. We've got good abyssalite blocking all this heat all around and the cold from above. So I think we're going to go one up, and we'll just stick it up there. I'm just going to dig out these landings quickly, which will give us access to this back road, because I like to run my power cables through the doors and all of that. It just makes for a neater presentation, so you don't see all the cables lying everywhere. And we'll just stop it there. And see, we can't get there. It's an unreachable wire, but now it's reachable, so you've got to dig out to get to it. That makes sense as on its own. Let's put in our new ladder run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's dig out this 4x3. Dig out the landing. Let's also get them to build us a landing. Go. Then they can get onto that. Then we're going to go with the air blocks. We're going to put 2 air blocks and a pneumatic door. And then we're going to go with the farm tiles, and we're going to put farm tiles all the way across here. And then we're going to dig up all of that 96 tiles. And we're going to have to build the ceiling. So let's put a ceiling in it. And then let's work on priorities. And we'll just prioritize like that, so that they, when you do it like that, remember they will do all of the number 9 priority first, and then the number 5 priority second. Alright, let's check how everything's going down here. We sorted out the carbon dioxide issue. No, we have not. The airflow is not air flowing. It's still getting worse. But now that we've dug out these tiles, we should have a bit of a better run. The oxygen diffuser, if we click on it and we have a look here at, where do we see the information? No. Properties. Here we go, details. So you go to properties, go to details. The uptime this cycle was 99. So it's been switched on for 99% of this cycle. Last cycle was 64. So, and then the the last 5 cycles was 20. So this thing was only working 20% of a cycle per cycle for the last 5 cycles. And I think it had to do with because the airflow blocks weren't here and we didn't have enough space here where the door should be for the oxygen to get out. But now that it's this cycle running at 99, I think it's going to just constantly run now until it fills up everything nice and full up here in the greenhouses and everything down here, and that they're creating that air pressure is going to push down this carbon dioxide. Now remember, we did calculate last episode that the oxygen diffuser emits enough oxygen to support 5 duplicants. We could add another one because then we know we're good for 10 dupes, and it will speed up this process. So I'm trying to think, do we do that? I think we could do that. The only question is, where would we put it? Now, if oxygen rises and carbon dioxide sinks, maybe what we should do is take another one and put it down here at the bottom, because then this one can oxygenate the greenhouses and the farm areas, as well as the top half of the base, and we could have one lower down that could focus more on oxygenating the whole base. And again, this is temporary. As we get going, as we get better technology unlocked and all of that, we are going to work on building an oxygen plant to produce the oxygen. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to just put one. We're just going to put it right there. I think that's going to be fine. Let's grab some wire, and we'll go like that. And let's hit some priorities on this thing. Construction priority of 7. There we go. So they'll work on the number 9 stuff, and then they'll work on everything else. Let's just also change some of these priorities. Change that. And let's go to all priorities again. So there we go. We can see priorities 9. That'll work. Now they'll come in, get all of this out, get that done, and all of that. But they are taking long to get to it. Now that tells me already that we have a duplicate labor issue. There's not enough people working, which is making the problem. But let's let them get onto that. Let them sort that out. Oh, I see we got another problem here. It's just number 9, this one. There it is. I'll add that one too. That should be fine now. Set that back to 5 because I'm going to forget. Alright, let's let them get to it. Come on, duplicates. The scientist is cleaning the toilet. I love the frown. He's not happy with his errand. Ooh, ceiling collapsed. Ooh, that's quite a collapse. Let's add some little block tracks. And remember, every time we dig out, we create a vacuum. And as soon as they pop this one out, all of this carbon dioxide is going to come rushing in. Now, another setting that we should probably work on. Oh, we need to put this up. We need to get these batteries going, or we're going to die. Another setting that you should always consider when your base starts to get a little bit bigger is, or they not getting to everything. Sometimes what happens is the job tasks that they are given, they have to run from one side of the base to the other, and that can sometimes make a bit of a problem. So especially if they're traveling, like let's say over here we've got Nisbet over here is digging up here, and then she comes running down here to do this job or whatever, and then she runs back up to do something over here in the greenhouse. That's wasting a lot of time up and down on the stairs, right? So if we go to priorities, settings, we can enable proximity settings. So she will start to prioritize her tasks that she needs to do in order of what's closest to her at the highest level of demand, let's say. There we go. Unfortunately, we picked up all that carbon dioxide, and that's all coming rushing through here. But it's not the end of the world. They will get over it and live through it. Get him to dig out that sand quickly. Back to the room overlay. There we go. We've got our laboratory, we've got the latrine, barracks and all that. We need to work on this kitchen. What do we need for the kitchen? It needs a spice grinder, a cooking station, and a refrigerator. So we still need to add spice grinder and refrigerator. And if we go to research and food, we've got refrigerator unlocked, but we don't have spice grinder unlocked. So let's unlock that. Then what we'll be able to do is turn that into a kitchen. And we can get extra bonus points for cooking, who at the moment is busy fulfilling a construction errand. Let's just look at our priorities again. The bathrooms are all priority 9. Oxygen and power generation is priority 9. So let's go here, priority 9, and we can just whack that on there. Even this should be a priority 9. Okay, we'll move that down now. There we go. That's back to running. We definitely have an oxygen problem here that we need to sort out. And here Cookie's coming now to put in our Rowan. Yeah, Rowan. Now this will produce oxygen. And it'll only pick up on the air pressure and shut off at the air pressure. I think it's at 2,000 grams that the air pressure will cause the machine to shut down. Just go to the status here quickly. Go to information. I think that's the overpressure rate. Doesn't specify, but I know it's at 2,000 grams of gas pressure per tile. So let's have a look now at the gas overlay. You see how much oxygen is starting to get produced here. This is going to help in getting the carbon dioxide compressed, because the carbon dioxide is matching this dark blue oxygen pressure at 700, 600, and then the carbon dioxide is at 600, so it's matching that air pressure. And I think the air pressure, stable air pressure, is 2000. So as long as we produce more oxygen per tile, that'll increase the air pressure, which will then compact and force the carbon dioxide to be just sitting a little line of it or two at the bottom here. And then just now we're going to create a little system over here where we have the carbon dioxide flow down into, where we will put the carbon skimmer.